Alright, so I'm here with your 2015 Payback predictions here. So we got the pre-show, Axel and Mandow, I guess his name is, versus the Ascension. Now this is a fucking joke. I mean, you have Curtis Axel and Damian Sandow imitating, Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. I mean, it looks fucking stupid. And I mean, just look at Sandow. They spent so much time on him. And now he's fucking, imitating Macho Man and going nowhere. So, this match will probably be just a jokey, fucking horrible match here. Probably just a throwaway match. So yeah, I mean, this is gonna fucking suck. Who's gonna fucking win? Probably Axel and Mandow. But who the fuck even cares? I mean, this is a fucking joke. Then we have Barrett and Neville. Not too happy to see this on a pay-per-view. I mean, this is a match that I would kind of expect to see on Raw, but maybe it'll be a pretty decent match. I mean, we know Neville's a good wrestler. Barrett's not half bad himself. So, I think Barrett's going to fucking win here. Maybe Neville will pick. I think Neville, I'll go with Neville's because after that performance on Raw there, with Cena, they seem pretty high on Neville. So I think Neville will win here, and beat King Barrett, but Neville should have won the King of the Ring in the first place. But, I mean, I think this will be a pretty good match here. I think this is Neville's first pay-per-view match, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll see how this goes. But, yeah, I'm expecting this to be a pretty good match, and I think Neville will win, but it just doesn't feel like a pay-per-view match. It feels more of like a match that should take place on Raw. Then we have Sheamus versus Ziggler here. I think Ziggler will win. He fucking got the, you could say, oh, he kind of lost there at Extreme Rules because he did kiss Sheamus's ass. But I see Ziggler winning here. I mean, I'm not too intrigued in this feud either. I mean, look at Ziggler. He's fucking in a mid-card feud. And it's not anything too exciting. I mean, whoa, if Ziggler wins, he's just going to keep going on in the mid-card not doing jack shit. If Sheamus wins, then he's going to fucking, bury Ziggler, or at least beat him and make him look like a fucking fool. What Sheamus already looks like, but it's just like we've already seen this match before. It's a fucking mid-card feud, and it's like it's not based around anything either. It's just Sheamus came down and fucking bro kicked Ziggler. There's no story behind it. There was no really good build to this match. I mean, it's just kind of like a thrown together match. It's like, oh, we're just gonna have a tag match between Ziggler and Neville and Barrett and Sheamus. Then we're going to do Ziggler versus Barrett, and that's the fucking build to the match. It's like, was there even any promos? It's just the build felt shitty and whatever. Then we have the New Day versus Team Fact. I think the New Day are going to win here. They were just given the belt, so they'll probably retain. It's fucking annoying seeing the New Day, prance around there clapping and whatnot. And it's even more annoying seeing the people in the IWC calling these guys good heels because they're getting booed. Just because you get booed does not mean you're a good heel. Can people get that through their thick fucking skulls? Maybe people actually hate, the wrestler, or actually think they have no talent. That's why they're booing them. Do people, they love to say it's the reality era. It's the reality. Yeah, well, maybe they're booing because they actually really, in reality, hate them and think they have no talents. Huh? Yeah. Ever think of that, Bleacher Report? So, anyway, I think the New Day are going to win here, unfortunately. I mean, Cesaro and Kid have the potential to be a really good tag team, but unfortunately, they're being beat by three fucking doofuses. It's fucking depressing. They were going great with Cesaro and Kid, Should Cesaro be higher up on the card? Probably, but I mean, they had the belts. They were going in the right direction. The tag division, it was kind of moving forward there with the Lucha Dragons, good tag champs. And then it just took a shit there with the New Day. And then the Lucha Dragons seemed to be, non-existent. I don't even know where the fuck they went. So, and everybody liked the Lucha Dragons. They were doing the fucking Lucha thing and whatnot. And now they're not even on the fucking card here. Instead, you got fucking Axel and Sandow dressed up as Hogan and Macho Man on the card. I mean, what is that shit? So yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good match, but I mean, I'm not looking forward to it I'm not looking forward to it fully because I think the New Day will win. In any match a New Day's in, it's it's just fucking annoying seeing the New Day because they shouldn't, even fucking be on TV, let alone hold the fucking belts, I mean, they shouldn't even be either or. I mean, just get them the fuck off TV. Get them a new fucking gimmick. This gimmick is fucking horrible. Then we have Cena versus Rusev in an I Quit match. I mean, of course fucking Cena's gonna win here. I mean, do you really think Cena's gonna say I quit? I mean, this is the most predictable match, I think I've ever seen. Of course fucking Cena will win and fucking bury yet another person. I'm not a fan of Rusev, but I mean, he fucking, Sami Zayn, Sandow, Cesaro, Wyatt, fucking Ziggler. Did I already say Ziggler? I don't know. There's so many people he's buried, it's hard to even think of all of them. But I mean, he's gonna beat Rusev here. I think it'll be a pretty good match because it is I Quit. But I'm not looking forward to Cena. All Cena does is come out there and this is how he tries to get cheers. He talks about things other than himself to try to get cheers. Oh, I love America. Let's hear it for America. Or let's hear it for breast cancer. Let's hear it for kids who are about to die. It's actually pretty sick if you think about it. Feeding off of little kids, feeding off of breast cancer to just get fucking cheers for yourself. I mean, it's pretty sick on WWE's part. Why don't they send like a Ziggler out there to be with the breast cancer people? No, it's always fucking Cena associating with the troops, Make-A-Wish, breast cancer, you name it. It's never another person like Bryan or, fucking Ziggler or anybody like that. It's always fucking Cena. Now it's Cena, prancing around there saying how he loves America and shit like that. So I think Cena will win here, and I do think it'll be a pretty good match. But I'm just not looking forward to seeing Cena win because Cena's an annoying piece of shit. Then we have Ryback and Bray Wyatt. I mean, this match is again, I don't really give a shit. I mean, Ryback is a fucking piece of garbage. Likes to say "feed me more." Just. And I said before, when he says "wake up," in his entrance, he should be saying that after his matches instead of before, because most people fall asleep while watching Ryback matches. So I mean, this match is gonna fucking suck. I think. I mean, Ryback and Wyatt. I mean, they're two pretty big guys, and usually when you put two big guys in there, doesn't really turn out well, in my opinion. And again, Ryback. I mean, why the fuck is Ryback fucking wrestling even? I mean, he fucking sucks. He does a few fucking moves, and the majority of the moves he does are boring. I mean, all he does is he looks like a fucking roided up freak. That's all he has for him. He fucking sucks. Can't cut a promo. Can't fucking wrestle. It's all he says is "feed me more." I mean, they don't even give him any fucking promo time. And actually, the shit he's done outside of WWE. It actually looks pretty decent, but they won't even let him fucking, do what he wants. They'll just tell him tell him what kind of promos to cut. They just should let guys be themselves. Like, remember that promo he cut at the hospital, which was actually really good? They won't let him, be himself here. They won't let anybody be themselves. And when they let people cut their own promos, that's when it's the best. When you get creative involved, that's when it fucking sucks. So this match, I think it's gonna suck. I think Bray Wyatt's going to win here, though, because they seem, like Bray Wyatt, he's just facing Undertaker, so obviously they have some, faith in him. And Ryback, it just seems he's been on a downward spiral for a few months, so I don't think Ryback's going to win here. I mean, when Ryback first returned, 6 months ago, they seemed really high on him for some fucking reason. And now everybody, hates him again, so I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with Ryback, but I don't see him beating Wyatt. Then we have the Fatal 4-Way. I think Rollins is going to win. I mean, there's that inevitable match, I think, of Rollins versus Lesnar. So I think Rollins is going to hold on to the title at least until SummerSlam. Do I think this match is going to be good? I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty good. I mean, Fatal 4-Way, there's usually a lot of moves going on, a lot of shit happening, and it's also no DQ, so you have the potential for that. So I think it's going to be a good match with a lot of action in it. And Rollins better fucking win. That's all I got to say about it. So, again, it's going to be a good match, but, hopefully fucking Rollins wins, and he better win. I mean, Reigns and Orton are shit. Ambrose is alright, but Rollins is clearly better than all three men in this contest, especially Reigns and Orton. I mean, they don't even deserve to be in a fucking main event. So, there you go, people. There's your fucking Payback 2015 predictions. The show, I think it's going to be, okay. I mean, I'm looking through this card here, and I only, most of these matches I don't feel excited for. It's like, why are these matches on a pay-per-view? I mean, Barrett, Neville, Axel, Mandow versus Ascension, Sheamus, pretty much all of them. Except maybe the Fatal 4-Way match, I feel. And Cena Rusev I Quit match, too, is a legitimate pay-per-view match, being it I Quit. But most of these matches are like, wow, I would expect to see these on SmackDown or fucking Raw. So there you go, people. There's your 2015 Payback predictions.